All right, so we're going to get into this movement flow. And this one I really like for people with back pain, especially discogenic type lower back pain, and really good to do this one as a morning movement routine. Key goals here is getting your breathing pattern set for the day, getting the right activation patterns through the core, once again for the day, and getting a little bit of hip and spine mobility. So we'll get straight into it. We're going to start laying on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Hands are on the lower part of your belly. I'm just going to start by breathing in through the nose and breathing into the hands that are placed on your belly. So I'm going to inhale. I'm going to fill the belly up, pause, exhale. Shouldn't feel any tension in the neck, so you're just feeling that belly rise up into your hands. And then on the out breath, it should drop back down again. About 3 to 5 minutes, then or whatever's on the sheet. We're going to take the arms out to the side. Now you're going to roll your knees across to one side and then across to the other side. Not going for the maximum, just starting to get a little bit of motion through the hips and through the back. Keep that same belly breathing and keep some tension through the core by pressing the belly out. Do about 60 to 90 seconds of this one. If it feels good, can go a little bit longer and a little bit further. Key things are, when I move to the side, I imagine I'm sending this leg forward, and when I come this way, I'm sending that leg forward. So this way we're not just turning the legs together, each hip is operating as its own thing, which is great for mobility through the pelvis. Okay, next you're going to turn over onto your belly. You're going to have forehead on the mat. Arms are bent, so elbows in line with the ear, hands in line with the shoulders. Same breathing pattern here. So the benefit here is we use the floor. So you're going to breathe your belly down into the floor, relax the muscles in your lower back, and also trying to breathe into your back at the same time, creating the cylinder. So I'm going to go about 3 seconds in, 5 or 6 seconds out with a pause between. Key things are back extensors are relaxed, hips and glutes are relaxed. Next one, you're going to bring the forearms onto the mat so you get the elbows below the shoulders. Start by just coming up a little bit and then down a little bit and then down. We're going to breathe in. Inhale on the up, exhale on the down. If that feels good, can start to come a bit higher. Keep your hips down on the front of the mat. About 10 to 15 of those. Then we're on to the hands and knees. This is a quadruped rocking. So I've got my knees right below the hips and I've got my wrists right below my shoulders. I'm going to sit my bum back towards my heels. As I do that though, I'm not going to let my back flex around. So I'm going to think about kind of sticking the bum back and then sitting back as far as you're comfortable without any back pain. Key thing is we're keeping a neutral alignment through the spine. And then you just find a good rhythm with this one. About 10 reps, then you're going to creep one leg forward. So you can see I've got one leg slightly in front of the other leg. Same thing with my hands. So now I'm in a crawling pattern and I'm just going to swap sides so you can see. And I'm just going to open up to the side. 5 reps. I'm looking at my hand the whole time, so I'm not over rotating. It's just opening up through the front of the chest. And then swap sides. So you can see from the front, when I twist, I can still see my hand the whole time. I'm not over rotating. Same breathing pattern into the belly, keeping strong through the core. And just watch with that one as well that you don't end up shrugging the shoulder up. So try and keep the shoulders away from your ears. All right, then we move into the hip hinges. So few different options. First one is this: one hand behind the back, one hand on the front. Sit the bum back to the heels, hinge back up. Bum back to the heels. What this is teaching is how to keep a neutral spine and how to just generate the motion from the hips. Other one you can try is keep the hands sort of down in here around the crease of your hip joint. And the idea here is that we want to break from the hips. So I'm going to put my hands there just to feel that sensation of breaking from the hips. And then when I come back up, just to neutral, not overextending. And the final one in this flow is now the standing hinges. A bit wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to push my feet outwards into the mat. I'm going to stick my bum back. Take a breath in, reach the arms forward, hold, exhale. In, reach the arms forward, reach the hips back. What you can see in this lowest position here is that I'm keeping, once again, the neutral spine. So I'm not flexing through the lower back and I'm not shrugging the shoulders up either. I'm getting a good hip hinge. My shin is vertical and then my arms are out without shrugging them up. And about 10 or 15 of them as well. So the volumes I'll put into the program, but either way, play around with what feels good, and there's no set rules. So if one movement feels better for you, do a bit more of it. But the idea is we do this flow each day to start your day and to tick off those goals we spoke about at the start. Enjoy.